Yo, it's your boy Felipe. And make it so low. PIF, paid in full, yeah. Yeah, stay hooked onto NuveyLive.
Hi, what's up, people? This is AJO, Your Highness, and you're listening to NuveyLive.
Hey, yo, you're now listening to Hip Hop Uganda Live with your boy truly, Sean. Home for Ugandan hip hop, hosted by yours truly, Sean.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy Anonymous, G2 Complex, most official, and you're listening to Hip Hop Uganda on NuveyLive.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy AJO, and you're listening to NuveyLive Podcast. Hip Hop All Day, Hip Hop Uganda, hosted by your main man, Nuve Sean. You can also catch him on NuveyLive.org. That's NuveyLive.org. So, what's up? Catch us right here. Get it.
Like, we're ready to go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, strike. Okay.
You're now listening to another episode of the NuveyLive Podcast, Hip Hop Uganda Live, hosted by Sean.
Yeah, business. Real business, right? Okay. What's up, people? Welcome to the NuveyLive Podcast, Hip Hop Uganda Live, and I'm Sean, your host. You're listening to episode 18, powered by G2Complex.com and the Fees Word and editing, film script writing, new startup in town. AJO, you heard of that?
No, yeah, this is the first time, but I'm sure you're going to tell me a lot about it.
Yeah, sure.
And you've just introduced me now. I thought I would come in as, but you can do it perfectly now.
As cool as it is. AJO is not it is not a new guest today. He's been on the NuveyLive Podcast before.
Oh yeah.
There was a time I hit you up at was it Gabiro?
Oh yeah. Was another. That was the
hip hop invitation.
The hip hop invitation. The nominations party, I guess.
Yeah, that was it last year. The other year actually. Surprisingly, time flies.
Oh, no, it was last year. Hip hop 16.
Hip hop invitation.
Yeah, the 16. Last year, unless we're in 18 and I do not know it. Okay.
And it was that time there was a match made in hip hop.
Oh yeah, when we met Cleo and Cynthia was around Ninja C.
Yeah, Ninja C, AJO, and a number of hip hop heads there.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, the Sphinx was happy to see you the first time.
I was also happy to see her. Very, very excited to see her.
I can quote.
I'm happy. You're quoting now.
I'm happy I met AJO
and I was excited. I was thrilled to meet her.
Yeah, I wanted to push on another agenda right there.
A collabo?
Something like that. that might have been the first time you broke down. The first time you gave us a clue on what you were working on, and that was, I think, No Apologies. The White Meeting and all those projects.
Yes.
How has it been?
Well, the EP that dropped last year, it has done well so far, I would say. The sales have gone on well. I mean, there was the hard copies on sale at Bold, and a couple of other guys who took hand copies. Port Bell Drive also had a few copies, and it is on iTunes. I hope it's still on iTunes.
How is it on iTunes?
It is slow. I should say it's slow on iTunes, but I mean, Ugandans are not so familiar with buying stuff.
Seriously, iTunes.
I know, but you see, it's a platform where you can sell your music.
I
feel
like it's a platform where you can store your music.
Well,
like backup or something.
If I'm storing it and getting paid to store it,
people get to listen to 1 or 3 tracks and like, okay, we like this.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's more comfortable for Ugandans living within Uganda.
It's not. You see, that's why as an artist you have to exploit all avenues in which you can get money. Because if iTunes is one of the avenues where you can pick money, I mean, put it there. Let those who can access it. I remember
a few years ago there was a platform like that.
MyZiki. And I checked it last week just to see what happened.
Update.
Yeah. But I don't know what happened to MyZiki. I don't know if it's still functional. I haven't contacted the team of MyZiki. But yeah, I think it's still, it's still a platform that people can access and share their music and get paid for it.
So are you hoping to tap into a platform like MyZiki?
Yeah, I would definitely, because
I was thrilled, to hear there is MyZiki. That must have been like 5 years ago.
I remember it was a Yego night that happened at what is that place around Lugogo Bypass. I remember that's the first time I met the MyZiki team. They were handing out flyers, trying to promote the website. And yeah, it also hit me. I was like, yo, there's actually a platform where someone can use mobile money and all that to buy music. And artists, it's like a Ugandan platform where it makes it easier for the consumer to get the product.
And I think what keeps off most people with iTunes, the biggest consumers of music, to be exact, the people who consume it like a religion are youths.
Yeah.
And a number of them do not have
the gadgets,
jobs, steady revenue, or the gadgets, and maybe credit cards. Actually had a long hassle trying to get together my iTunes. By the time I got through, I gave up.
Well, I will say I've tried to buy something from iTunes using my Android phone, and I don't know, I think I reached halfway and failed, but using the iPhones it's a quicker process. And so I think right now, currently in the market in Uganda, and the kind of music, I think you need to identify the kind of music you're doing first of all.
Yeah, sure.
Then you need to, in that way you can isolate which platforms that best suit you. Yeah. See, now the kind of music I do, and the way I do it would it would be very difficult for me to go and probably, if I was looking at the marketing terms and I go downtown or I go to some places and hand out discs. You see, that's how you try to calculate how you sell your music. Now on iTunes, I know that people who access iTunes, be it in Uganda, be it wherever, they would resonate to that kind of music.
Is it okay for you to forward emails of each individual who accesses iTunes like that? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I would be glad to, but I'll be selling out guys anyway. But the people that, because I think it was last week, a lady friend of mine told me, yo, Transcend, I was trying to get it on my, she has an iPhone, and she couldn't download from the websites I was given, and she was asking me if it's on iTunes, and I'm thinking, no, I did not.
Apple is that mean, right?
Yeah, Apple is quite stringent on accessibility. So you see, there are people who actually have these gadgets and they cannot access it the other way. They need to access it through iTunes.
Okay, let's say I'm dropping my EP next week, and I have a bunch of these platforms out there. I do have NuveyLive, I do have Urban Hype, I have The Tribe. Definitely, I know they're going to give me a write-up or something. But then, there is this download mentality, definitely. Like, a number of people are sometimes interested in just getting a link to the music and then just download it. Now, would you suggest that I maybe make copies of the CDs?
Well, yeah. Okay, fine. It's a digital world right now, and by all means, you need to have your music on the digital platforms. But physical copies go a long way to enhance the relationship between you and the consumer.
It's more of like the physical.
Yeah, and it's personal. And there's a feeling, regardless of guys downloading this music digitally and all. Whenever a consumer gets that physical copy, it's a strong connection between the artist and the consumer. It just happens when they hold the physical copy in their hands.
Sometimes it feels like the easier it is to download it, the easier it is to forget about it.
Yeah, you see? And you download it, it's on your phone, it's on your laptop. These things can get stolen. I'm not saying the CDs can't get stolen, but these gadgets get stolen every day, or they get corrupted, they shut down and all. But you have your physical copy of the AJO No Apologies. I mean, you still plug it into.
I surely do have mine.
You do, but I know you do. And if you didn't have it, then I would be very cross. But I know you do. I know you.
It's my job to have this music. On Kamikaze, you threw a number of shots.
I don't know.
You of course you've said this before on I think episode 12 or 13.
Yeah, I mean
these are not shots and stuff.
They're not shots.
Okay, they were not shots as such. Maybe, but could we call them name checking or name dropping?
Yeah, the name droppings, I would say. Yeah, because I use names to structure verses, so I guess I would say that. But I was not name dropping. I was not,
Just remember that Keko line.
That's the line that everyone tries to emphasize. I do remember the line, but you have to listen.
For those who haven't listened to
they have to listen. They have to listen to know the line.
Hey,
but
the reason why
now
this
listening to another episode of the NuveyLive Podcast.
There are links there.
That's a long process.
Okay.
Now, Keko last year, if I'm not mistaken, dropped an album. Strides.
Strides?
Yeah. Strictly on iTunes.
Wow.
Probably it might explain why you are wondering Strides and
I know Paranoid.
Paranoid is a mixtape in 2014.
No.
14, 15. Then Love from Venus.
Oh yeah, Love from Venus was the last one.
The last year.
I remember it
just last year.
Yeah.
So towards the end of the year, she had a project called Strides. But I think the reason why it didn't get that much attention and
exclusive?
Not as exclusive, but I think it's her issues with Sony. I don't know. People say that she had issues around her.
I wouldn't want to assume I know what's going on.
So my direction of actually why I don't think iTunes is a good thing for us is that not everyone wakes up to think about iPhone, iTunes and all that, because hip-hop is supposed to be inclusive, and there are platforms like those for a Ugandan audience that to some point the majority it becomes more of like an exclusive thingy. And I'm sure lots of music out here is bootleg, but there is the beauty with it. I just came to realize that those who tend to get the music on the bootleg basis, in most cases they are actually the core fun. Mark my word, core fun. But with Ugandan hip hop, we don't need only fans. We need supporters. People who will go out there and buy 3 copies of No Apologies and distribute them to various people.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, just to double back on your point of releasing music on some platforms. You see, sometimes it's not. I think that has been the challenge with our predecessors or whatever we call them, the guys that came before us. The challenge has been to see beyond just your niche. Yeah. So if we cannot see beyond just feeding the Ugandan market, then we are still going to remain stagnant.
We're going in circles.
You are going in circles at the end of the day. See, someone in SA should be able to listen to my music. Someone in the States should be able to listen to my music. Someone in the UK should be able to listen to my music. Not just my music, but everyone else's music. Yeah. Everyone doing music in Uganda, I would assume. Yeah? Because I'm sure there are people out there who love whatever you do. So why should I, at the end of the day, just dictate which kind of market should listen to my music? Yeah? It doesn't make sense to me, first of all, as an artist. Because as an artist, you want to have as much span as possible. Yeah? So that's why, and I'm not saying you should only put, not only on iTunes. No. Every platform that can support or, expose your music to the clientele, you should get onto that. iTunes is just one of them. Yeah,
sure.
Physical copies. My Ziki, I'm going to find out from Gerard if my music, my Ziki is still on, so that I can still push my music to that. So whatever platform that you can get your music to, just drop it there. Whoever, even if there are 10 guys who get it off that, that's good. You have 10 other guys who are listening to your music. Yeah, then the others can take whatever else they take.
Yeah, sure. But I think as well, a good marketing strategy for the music should be, little online and more offline.
You see, that would work.
As regards trying to make probably a buck or something.
That would work, but the challenge is that there you're still limiting who listens to your music. Because you see, with offline, you mean physical copies.
Yeah, I mean, like, I do have a lead single. I want it to be like online, free downloads and all that.
Yeah.
Just to do the marketing thing, and then I make sure that I have a core fan base offline, a real core fan base, which I can rely on at any time. The online demographic is really confusing. It's for hip hop. It is sometimes facade.
No.
Sometimes.
I will disagree with that. You see, hip hop, our highest consumers, I would say, are actually online.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Our highest consumers, and I'm not saying this in you see, hip hop is not just it's not an American genre.
Yeah, sure.
Or it's not limited to the Americans. It is spread. You see, so what I'm doing in Uganda is hip hop. What the guy in America is doing is hip hop. What the guy in China is doing is hip hop. How do I get to listen to that hip hop? Digitally, because those Chinese are not going to send me the physical copies. Or I'll have harder access to that to those copies. You see, so the best way to do it is digitally. That's why I'm saying our largest consumers are online right now, because they know that's how they can connect with these different places that release hip hop. And the physical, that's what I'm going to lay it out. The physical aspect of marketing is expensive. It is not cheap.
Okay.
I made, I don't know, so many copies of No Apologies. Yeah, it was not a small buck that I threw out. No, it was a high buck. From the designing of the covers, to the printing of the covers, to the printing on the CDs, to the purchasing
to the final price.
Yeah, to the final price.
To the final price. I felt like that whole project should have been double the price.
Now, you see now, I did not want to stretch my fans that far, and it's going to be the same thing for the upcoming album.
African reality.
Everyone has to listen. You have to listen. You have to afford to listen. That's the mentality I have. My fan has to afford to listen. So I am not going to come into it for the buck. No, because that buck, it's a ripple effect. You know, eventually that buck will come. Yeah, but for now you need to listen. You need to feel what I'm saying. It needs to touch you. See, you don't need to lose your art for the buck. That's where people go wrong.
That's real MC versus the rapper. There's been an argument on.
I am not going to get into the argument of
before we jump into that, I remember this podcast is powered by G2complex.com, the Fees Word. And editing, script writing, and web content startup. And it's also powered by the Munch Sip and Rhyme event, which is happening next year in April. It should be there, based on mental health, depression, and all that. How we can solve these issues using the music, the art, poetry, hip hop, and all that. And now back to the show and back to the argument. I mean, I have a feeling you first become a rapper before you become an MC.
Well,
or the other way around. I don't know.
You see, rap, I'd say, is the musical part of hip hop.
Yeah,
it's basically, you know, what I'm doing. But again, it becomes rap if you're doing it to this level. It becomes hip hop if you're doing it to this level.
What's this and that level?
When I talk about rap, it's just, you know, I want to sing about something. I want to rap about something. Let me rap about money. Yeah?
Yeah.
Let me not consider the broke guys. Let me just rap about money. Let me rap about my new car. You see, that's rap. And it's cool. The people are gonna like it. Yeah? But it becomes hip hop when you think beyond just that. You think about touching someone's life, think about changing a situation. You know, you're practically preaching.
Transcending.
You're helping people to transcend.
We're going to that later on.
You see, that's how it becomes hip hop. And you know, I think everyone is familiar with the other aspects of hip hop, the b-boy, you know, and the breakdancing.
The 5 elements and more.
I'm more into the knowledge and the rap bit, MCing. Yeah, and I can't b-boy, but that doesn't mean I'm less of hip hop than anyone else. And the argument of rap and hip hop, well, it's all hip hop at the end of the day. Yeah, it's all hip hop. It just differs in, you know, you're doing rap and I'm MCing. You get, that's just the difference, but it's all hip hop. I think that's it. The argument of, you know, the problem is that people sometimes want you to say what they feel you need to say, and that's not how it works. People say what they want to say.
A number of, I think we've had this conversation before, but off record.
Yeah. And
I was trying to tell you some time ago that most people want to define hip hop by what, like a number of other genre, or let's say someone is doing something that associates with or is similar but isn't exactly that, and they would want to refer it to that.
Well, man, this argument will really get us in trouble. But this is my opinion on this subject. Sometimes we get lost, yeah, as fans.
Yeah,
we get lost in brands. AJO can be rapping right now. I can be doing hip hop. Yeah. I'm doing no apologies and all. Yeah, that's hip hop. Then tomorrow I wake up, I'm like, oh shit, I feel I can do reggae.
Snoop Lion.
Yeah, turn out like Snoop Lion. Then I go and do reggae. Do not get it misconstrued. I am not doing hip hop. I am now doing reggae. I am no longer hip hop.
To another episode
It's no hip hop.
NuveyLive Podcast.
It's a reggae song featuring hip hop.
I have the right to say, partly delivered in rap.
No,
Yeah?
no.
I do have the right to say that.
So you,
But I
are you
can't
going
say
to call
it's
it
a
reggae hip hop?
song. I could probably come up with things like alternative. I'm not going to leave it at
No.
it's hip hop or something.
It's-
But I would consider the fact that you still rap.
Yeah, alternative subscribes to a music genre that does not conform to any category.
Exactly. That's
If I'm doing reggae and I feature the hip hop artist, it's reggae. I'm just featuring a hip hop artist. Yeah, the beats are reggae. The most part of the song is reggae. It's just 6 bars from a rap artist.
But don't we have a right to feature that artist who rapped on that track on our site or any other platforms?
Now that's totally up to you. It totally goes on to you. I mean,
Because a number of people might get it twisted. We do have, that is a hip hop act, rapper / MC, whatever. That's part of their other projects, you understand?
yeah.
So a number of people don't get it when we put up that kind of music.
By all means, I mean you should, because you're supporting a hip hop artist, even if you featured on a reggae song.
Yeah,
At the
definitely.
end of the day, you're supporting hip hop.
Trying-
hip hop element.
At the end of the day, we're trying to transcend
Transcend. Okay.
the whole industry as such.
I think the argument that I've had of late, how guys are coming against some other artists claiming they're no hip hop, you're hip hop and no hip hop. I think it still goes down to the same thing. When an artist starts off doing hip hop, they label him as hip hop. Sometimes when the artist strays from hip hop, they still label him as hip hop because of what he started doing, how he came up. You see, but now that's where we get it twisted. If an artist decides to channel his music to something else, let's call it what it is.
And they do it for quite a long time.
Yeah, let's call it what it is.
Consistency.
Yeah.
I think that's from that point is where we start defining what they are doing now and what they used to do then. So likely we'll concentrate on what they used to do then.
Yeah, I mean, if AJO, right? Yes, I've been doing hip hop. Obviously, right now, I'm called a hip hop artist. Yeah. Then later on, I probably realized that oh shit, I can sing. Start doing R&B or something, yeah, or soul or something. Then I've gone into something else. Yes. The hip hop fraternity obviously will remember me as the hip hop artist who did No Apologies, who did the rap music I sing and all that. But later on in future, the new people who discover me will relate me to something different. Yeah. So I think that's the same division that everyone should give music genres. You do not. I mean, metallic rock is different from soft rock and whatever.
Punk and
Yeah, you see, everything has its own definition. Yeah, but when you start tainting the other genre, yeah, because you want to fit an artist into that genre, then you're straying. Eventually, that's how genres just start decaying, and people do not have an identity at the end of the day.
so if I tasked you to try define hip hop.
Everyone has their own definition of hip hop, and people have read about hip hop. Like just a few weeks ago, I had to go back and watch some videos on hip hop. I was watching KRS-One define hip hop, and KRS-One was defining hip hop as as this culture that existed even before hip hop started happening. He was talking about hip hop is how earlier on in life, the earlier humans, they used to communicate through dance, and he was relating it to b-boy, and they used to utter sound, and
paint on walls,
paintings, that's graffiti, and you see, that could also be defined as hip hop.
A way of life.
Way of life, a culture, basically. Yeah, a culture that has been adopted by so many people, and you cannot blame them for that. It's a culture that they relate to. Yeah. So you can define hip hop like that. Hip hop is hip hop. Hip hop is b-boying. Hip hop is DJing. Hip hop is MCing. Hip hop is rapping.
I'm sorry, I have to keep saying something that transcends you.
Yes.
Okay.
But you see, even if it does, because I know other genres do to the people they connect with.
Yeah.
It still has to conform to the principles and the aspects of hip hop.
Yeah. Peace, love.
You're not going to say you're a Moganda if you probably do not kneel down to greet, the Cubs or something. See, that's what separates different things from others. They have their norms, they have their principles. You have to stick to them. If you do not stick to them, then you're doing something else.
Okay, sure. You just dropped a few months ago a project.
Yeah.
Titled Transcend. It was quite a shocker, actually, with the production team on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because the previous project you had Nays.
Yeah, it had a limited production team.
Nays. You had Al's.
I had Mowgli.
You had
and Martin. Some of
Rector.
them. And Rector from Nigeria.
Yeah, sure. So, what inspired the change, the move to have Samurai?
Now, well, Transcend. Initially, it was not even supposed to be the first single released. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that because of the recording process, I felt that Transcend be the first song to come off. I got the beat from Mowgli, yeah, formerly known as Buyingo Freeman, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nico, right?
Nico, yeah, the producer, the beat maker.
Yeah, I know him as Nico.
Yeah, people know him as Nico, but he's now Mowgli. So I got the beat from Mowgli, and I've always admired Mike 256's work, yeah. Formerly called
That
Play.
is Play.
Yeah, Play. I used to listen to Play way back, and
the Play on Shades is fire.
yeah, Play on Shades and all, and
the mic 256 on his project, so the W something.
Yeah, the ones that he used to draw.
Yeah.
Then a few years ago, I was told Mike actually does production.
Yeah, he actually spot about it. I make my own beats.
It was, I think, in a song he released last year.
Yeah,
I believe so. So all the time I've been thinking, okay, yeah, maybe one time I'll get to work with Mike. So when Mowgli sent me that beat, I felt like, maybe this is, because that beat was crazy though. It was not just an easy beat you write. Yeah. So I thought, okay, maybe let me check out Mike. Let me test him using this. Yeah. Let me see what he has. So I went to Mike. I was like, you know what? Let's do this. Mike was like, yeah, it's a cool beat. Let me, do your thing. So I recorded the vocals from Mike's studio. He did the mixing. Then he forwarded it to Sam to do the mastering and the final edits of the song. Okay. That's how we came to have 3 producers on it.
I thought you woke up one morning and hit up Nico.
Yes. I actually woke up one morning and hit up Nico.
And then you made a detour to Samurai, and then Samurai said, actually, let's go at Mike's.
No, it was Nico, then Mike.
Okay.
Then from Mike, it progressed to Samurai.
What inspires the move to Pan-Africanism? Because I find Transcend is the perfect single to give us a
feel of
a snippet of
the album,
the whole album.
Well, truth be told, there are very few artists who are hip hop artists who are trying to go into that lane of higher understanding and higher speed of knowledge, and trying to get the masses to elevate them in terms of music. Most of the times it's I got this, I got that, I got a red car, you have a blue car, and all that.
I have a black and yellow red car.
You see, so
I'm just saying.
No one is really giving the people something to think about, something to sit down and listen to, and something to affect them.
And those samples.
Okay.
Like Patrice Lumumba. The soul of the whole track there.
Patrick, actually, just to get this clear, that guy is called Patrick Lumumba. He's
messing up my history.
he's alive. He's a Kenyan. He's a Kenyan he's a guy from Kenya, and he's very strong on Pan-Africanism. You if you go to YouTube, you get all his clips. He's very passionate about Africa and what Africa should be, which kind of people Africa should be. And I felt, because I've listened to him before, I felt he has word, man. What he says is the truth. So I was like, let me get something from Patrick. Then I had Kwame Nkrumah. They call him the founding father of African nationalism, and that's why I came through with Kwame on the last clip. And Transcend basically, okay, my shift into the African nationalism, it's passion about Africa. I am very passionate about Africa, not just Uganda. As me as a Ugandan, I'm very passionate about Africa and whatever it means to be.
He communicated, so probably I should be one of the people waiting for him at the airport.
Yeah, you should wait for him with a bouquet of flowers or something.
Yeah, sure. Transcend is the first single of African Reality. What can you tell people to expect from that whole project?
Well, let me just start by defining how the project is structured. The project has 14 songs. That one is predetermined already. People need to know.
Yeah.
And it has 7 in the first chapter and 7 in the second chapter.
Okay.
Now the first chapter is African. Where I try to break down, the mindset of the Africans straight from colonialism down until to close to where we are right now. Close to the
sounds
the
like Transcend is in the first chapter.
Sadly,
or in between.
Unfortunately, it's in the second chapter, because you see, with the first chapter, I'm talking about, oh yeah, the white man has come. Oh yeah, the white man is doing this to us.
Yeah.
Oh no, the white man has taken us. See? Then I close it with identity, trying to identify who you are as an African. Then the second chapter is reality. Now what you are into, the current
what's
state.
on ground.
Yes. So that's where Transcend comes through. I'm talking about, it's the Mao. We're trying. We want independence. We got independence, and we're trying to be the next level of African. So that's where reality comes in. It talks about, the current state of Africa, and it also has very personal details, like my own reality as AJO, the experiences I've had, they are also incorporated in the second chapter. But I relate everything to the state in which we live as Africans on the continent. Yeah.
Sure. The Transcend video, when is it dropping?
Well, I think the news is out already. The Transcend video is dropping on the 18th of this month, September. It's a pretty okay. It's a cool video. Okay, not cool in the sense of cool, but it's a video that will make you focus more on what I'm saying. Yeah. At least now you get to see me saying it.
I was meant to watch it before this.
I didn't want to.
We always have that off the record thing. I guess this will be clear for Cleo. No rhyme intended. There's a time I interacted with her and she had a problem with you not being visual enough, not being seen.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, that was on the first podcast before we rebranded to NuveyLive.org. Yeah, I had an episode with that was, I think, in 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, and she was giving tips here and there, and we happened to have a conversation. Who's AJO? The guy is good, but I do not know how he looks like. That whole thing. Well, it's no shocker.
Well,
it's no shocker that hip hop invitation,
Yeah.
It's a match made in hip
when I
hop.
met her.
Yeah. Excuse my. I just say there is a relation between your work and hers. This whole thing of Greek mythology, Aphrodite, and
I actually think she's someone who reads a lot, who tries to acquire as much knowledge as you can tell from just the way she interacts with people. She tries to.
She's a
understand
people person.
Yeah, and she doesn't really subscribe to too much bullshit.
Yeah, sure.
And well, about being visual, you see, you don't. Well, you have to be visual in the current state.
Process anyway.
Yeah, but it's a process. You don't want to just be visual with a fake video. I mean, you lose all the credit you have.
You and I know. Anyway,
so you try to save, the best for you try to get the best. Then that's what you can release.
Yeah, just to wrap up. So Transcend will drop on the 18th.
On the 18th of September, and we shall be having another single that will be dropping before the album.
Any titles yet?
Yeah. The actual single that will be dropping will be Nuba. Yeah, we released a small I should call it a snippet or something. Not really the actual video, but the instrumental to one of the videos showing Uganda and all. Yeah. But now we want to release the actual single to the song, the verses and everything. I hope it can be released before November.
Okay, just in case someone just stumbled on this podcast, where would they find your music?
First of all, you can follow me on social media. On Twitter at AJO Jam, that's AJO JAM. Then on Instagram at AJO CBG, the way you hear it, that's how it is. Then on Facebook, I'm having issues with what you should stroke, but you should stroke Oscar.CBG.
Or simply just making a search, AJO CBG.
Yeah, you can just look for me in Google. Then actually just put AJO Uganda in Google, and then you get everything you need. You get my SoundCloud links, you get my audio mark.
Some people might not know what actually AJO is, but he's actually Mr.
Arion James Oscar. Okay. And those are the initials AJO.
Okay, sure. We have come to the end of the show, and don't forget this podcast was powered by g2complex.com and the Fees Word, an editing, film script writing startup and content creation, events planning startup out there. You should try it. Yeah, I do represent them here. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at NuveyLive. Follow me on Facebook, Ayala Nuvey. You can check out our Instagram at NuveyLive, and my personal hand on Twitter is Nuveyshon, that is NuveyShawn. And you can get this podcast and more where you actually find them daily, or NuveyLive.org/podcast, SoundCloud, AudioMark. We out.